Sport for a Better World is an Erasmus Plus co-funded initiative that promotes innovative cooperation between NGOs, universities and public bodies in the sports sector across Europe. Sport for a Better World program is based on multidisciplinary training modules mixing formal and non-formal learning methodologies and digital resources. Parallel running sessions introduce participants' development theory, practice and philosophy, sport management and strategic skills, and develop managerial skills through a mentoring and coaching scheme matching people and professionals in practice-based learning activities. Over the course of the initiative, NGOs and public bodies from Turkey and European countries join efforts to empower 80 people and practitioners to the real-world sports sector by developing coaching and training skills. One of the main outputs of the initiative is innovative educational modules with knowledge and experience regarding beneficiary development incorporated into inclusion education. The present module of operational planning of sport events will ensure that after its completion, you will be able to conduct a proper local sport event. Be aware of the tasks which must be performed in order to prepare and organize sports competitions, recreational programs and related events. Organizing a sporting event requires a lot of preparation, logistical planning, key understanding of the sport itself. From sourcing a venue and enlisting a suitable number of volunteers to arrange all weather preparations and day of logistics, a lot goes into putting together a successful event. Sports events are a very positive and rewarding way to generate local business, stimulate tax coffers, and shine a regional or national spotlight on a host destination. Hosting a sporting event can boost the local economy and morale. The most typical task of the job of any sports manager is to organize a variety of sports events, most often matches, races and competitions. Let's see how we can develop local markets through sport. Local sports events have the capacity to attract large numbers of people, initially from the local and surrounding areas where sports events take place. Local industries and a local sports sector may emerge should the events generate enough interest as to attract people willing to attend the event and purchase products and services associated with the event. At the local level, a cycle can be created, in which sports-related services are provided, creating jobs and opportunities to upgrade skills and produce further services and products, a positive spillover effect from local sports events. Building local economic development have proven to be most effective in creating lasting and sustainable opportunities for local people. Manufacturing local sporting goods. Wondering as well what are the types of sports events and competitions? The division is as follows. By types of sports: athletics, gymnastics, basketball, etc. Within the same type there are subdivisions. Examples: athletics, throwing, jumping, etc. If we want to differentiate them by types of competitions, it would be as follows. Local events, with sports club members as participants. Friendly sports events, unofficial meetings, the aim is to prepare for championships. Events by invitation only, conditions are set by the inviting party. Events with exclusion, certain sports people are not allowed to participate. Regional championships, examples, county level, district level, etc. National championships and competitions, to decide on the national champion title. International events, with sports club members from different countries as participants. International competitions, the national teams of different countries participate. If we want to see the differences between events by the nature of the event, they would be: individual sports, participants enter, participate and are evaluated as individuals. There are some individual complex events as well, such as European Men's Gymnastics Championships for example. Team sports. Team consisting of individuals, field run CSB, where team members have individual results. Joint team events, ball games, in which team members have one result. Individual team, pentathlon, individual results are evaluated and awarded, but team result is calculated on the basis of the individual's placements. It can be divided as well by the characteristics of participants. By gender. By age group, example, Student Olympics age group 1. Children, adolescent, junior, adult. By qualification, 1, 2, 3, gold, silver, bronze medalist, black, white belt, etc. By weight group. Another way of division is by organization system. Elimination system, elimination after the first, second defeat. Round match system, every participant meets every other participant. possible only if there is a small number of participants. Mixed type of events begin with the elimination system and it is followed by the round system, or vice versa. 1 or 2 round systems, example, football. Cup system, everybody can participate, independently of category. As we are already aware of the types of events, we can go further into the implementation of any type of event, which always consists of 3 organizational parts. What happens before the event? What happens during the event? What happens after the event? Before the event. The success of the events is related to the goals, the provision of the necessary equipment, thorough preparation, and the participation of physically and mentally prepared individuals. In the preparatory phase, it is of utmost importance to gain the support of all people by demonstrating how carefully the event has been prepared. Let's check the processes and documents of the organization of sport event. What is the exact goal of the event? It can be a professional, an economic, or another goal, including the establishment of professional relationships, returning a former invitation, or the recruitment of competitors. What kind of event is to be organized? Is it a competition, a match, a conference, a demonstration, parents' meeting, or a training camp? What is the size of the event? How many active participants are there? How many supporters are expected? How long will it last? The timing of the event is important too. What other events are there at the same time which might have an effect on the success of our sports event? It is also important to note that seasonality might also play a role. For example, do we need a cloakroom? The venue of the event, how many venues are there? Is it our own facility, or do we have to rent it? Is it an outdoor or an indoor space? The range and quality of the services, accommodation, catering, leisure time, medical and information services, need to be taken care of. The following permits have to be acquired. Permit to use public area, from local government. Permit to use public streets and roads, from Public Roads Authority. Health and environmental issues, from National Public Health and Medical Officer Service, as well as from Disaster Prevention Services, example, Fire Brigade. Having acquired the necessary permits, the organizer needs to find answers to the following questions. How much time do I have to perform the tasks? Do I need any help? How many assistants do I need? Are there any open questions, the answers to which depend on other people? What is my sphere of responsibility? Planning. Planning is a critical period of the preparatory process, since this is the time when the most crucial decisions are made concerning the venue, the program, the conditions, and financial issues. We can start the elaboration of plans only if we have all the necessary information at our disposal. The planning phase includes 2 tasks. Mental planning, which means to imagine and elaborate in head all the details of the event. Written planning, which means to write up all those tasks which are necessary to realize the plans. Organizing a steering committee or a working group. The composition is leader. The tasks include the directing of the work and coordinating teamwork. Secretary performs administrative tasks including correspondence, daily collection and systematization, documentation and other secretarial tasks. Members, leaders of the individual working groups, for example economic, technical, professional, PR and organizational working groups, assistants, referees, etc. The first meeting. Suggested for this meeting agenda. Welcome participants, outline the tasks, detail their significance and nature. Finalize the working groups, composition, tasks, sphere of responsibility, liabilities. Discuss the draft plan. Other issues, next tasks to be performed, methodology to be used, contacts, time, venue and the agenda of the next meeting. The general meeting. It's a general meeting of the entire committee with all committee members present. Each member is supposed to get an invitation as well as the scenario of the event, the work plans of the steering committee and of the individual working groups. Suggested agenda for the general meeting. Information of the goals of the meeting and the work done so far. Reports by working group leaders. Finalization of the scenario of the event. Other issues including the way of keeping contact with each other, significant deadlines, information flow, time, venue and agenda of the next meeting. The next steps, the steering committee following tasks, preparing and approving the budget, checking on the planned venue of the event, venues for competitions, accommodation and catering, leisure time activities, means of transport, Based on these concrete experiences, the preparation of a detailed plan, that is, the preparation of a scenario, is needed. It covers the time from the arrival of the first participant to the departure of the last one. Fulfill the necessary conditions according to the implementation plan. Human resources, organizers, sportspeople, spectators, objective conditions, venues, sports articles, equipment, technical professional items. Preparation of the venues for the event. Administration, list of names, addresses, permissions, invitations, orders, posters, information leaflets, boards, admission tickets, etc. The organizational tasks of sports competitions. The first step, organizers need to send out the call to potential participants at least 1 month before the starting date of the event. Goal of competition. Time and venue of the event. Organizers, members of the steering committee of the event. Participants of the event, example, first class or second class competitors. Kinds of events and their schedule. Decision making on ranking. Awards given. Fees, in relation to the organization and the participation. Registration deadline and procedure. Other information on the event, example, accommodation, local transport, time and venue of technical meeting, etc. In case of large-scale event, the participants are supposed to get the scenarios, timing and venues, general information and the responsible person's names. The preparation of sports competitions has 3 distinctive periods. Technical preparation. HR preparation. Financial preparation. Technical preparation of competitions. Preparation of the venue, tracks, swimming pool, gymnasium, sports hall, trail, etc., following the rules. Example, the use of separating ropes in pools, changing rooms, supporters arena, the location of referees and umpires, press room, protocol, etc. Provision of facilities and sports tools, the preparation of tools provided by the organizers, timing devices, amplifiers and accessories for evaluation, etc. Obtaining the necessary permits, if the is organized in public areas, permits by the police, local government and the fire department are also needed. Human resources preparation. The organizers need set up an organizational team as well as the body of refs. The number of members of these bodies might very well be depending on the line of sports. The organizing team usually consists of cashiers and technical staff. The body of judges consists of licensed umpires and referees. Financial preparation. One of the basic tasks of organizing a sports event is to get the necessary funds. In case the event is part of the annual competition calendar, the funds need to be recorded in the annual budget. In order to provide the necessary funds, the following sources can be utilized. Own funds. Subsidies by the state or the local government. Project funds. Sponsorship by companies, donations. Sponsorship. Sponsorship creates a bilateral business relation between the supporter and the supported. The funds provided by the company are returned by the supported in one way or another. Donations. The company provides funds without any return. The task of financial planning needs to be performed by an economic expert, but at the same time, organizers can also be helpful through giving the necessary and correct information. Marketing and communications before the event. Marketing. The task of sports marketing is to discover and interpret consumer needs, and create products or services which meet those needs. The possibilities of sports for innovation have greatly been improved by developments in technology and communication. Sports events are broadcast all over the world and, consequently, they are marketable. This interest intrigued other market players, and they started advertising campaigns within the framework of sports events. The efficiency of marketing and sponsorship mainly depends on the interest of the supporters. When it comes to promoting a sport event on a local level, the following are several strategies which might be helpful to do it properly. Create a catchy event name. Use event posters. Work with influencer. Sponsors run their independent promotion. Take advantage of online ticketing platforms. Create a catchy event name. The event promotion begins with the event name. It's the first interaction potential participants will have. Take time to choose a proper name that is catchy and gives an information. Brainstorm with your team a list of potential catchy names. If you feel stuck, use a sports company name generator to start you off. Use event posters. Posters are still among the most effective ways of advertising sports events. Benefits of using posters include They are cheaper than many other forms of printed adverts. Due to their striking visual nature, posters leave a lasting impression. Posters will continue promoting the event as long as they're left intact. Possible spots to attract relevant audience: stadiums, gyms, sports halls, football fields, tennis courts, baseball parks, schools. Work with influences. For a local sports event, your influences can be local players, coaches, sport reporters, notable fans. Whoever you choose to work with, make sure they have accurate information and can reach you quickly for clarification. Market on social media. Promotional campaigns on the main social media sites will expose your sports event to a broad audience. Design an event website or page: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc. Create a simple and catchy hashtag: #sports, #training, #active, etc. Use contests where you give away tickets or merchandise. Tickets, sportswear, sports gear, water bottles, fitness bands, deck chairs, etc. Build anticipation by posting teaser content. Sponsors can also run promotional campaigns to popularize the event before the day. Take advantage of online ticketing platforms. Make the process easier by selling tickets through a reliable online ticketing site. Marketing and communications during the event. The required marketing actions during the sport event are as follow. Regular works on the website and fan page of this event, informing, promoting, engaging. TV coverage, if applicable. Regular press releases about the event and accompanying activities. Ceremonies, educational programs, meetings, conferences, social or cultural events, etc. Contacting with media representatives from media partners and participants. Interviews with participants, if applicable. Sharing information, pictures, etc. in your channels. Providing all interested media with all necessary information. Encouraging the participants and other event stakeholders. Example: event guests, decision makers, media, authorities, to promote this event and particular sport disciplines, the idea and values of volunteering and the possibilities to organize similar events in the future. Underlying the huge potential of sport events and particular sports for fulfilling various roles, tasks, values, sport and physical activity, social inclusion, international and intercultural integration, education through sport, health-related benefits of sport, cultural diversity, etc. Opening and closing ceremony. The opening and closing ceremony events are planned and organized independently of the sports event itself. A good start creates a pleasurable atmosphere and it has a beneficial influence on the well-being of sportspeople and spectators. Now, let's see what happens after the sport event. Clean up the venue and return it to the condition as it was given. Neglecting these issues might lead to many serious problems, including missing equipment and unperformed tasks. The salaries to people need to be paid right after the event. Referees, umpires, organizers, seasonal workers. It is very important to say thank you to all volunteers and organizations assisting in the preparation and the organization of the event. Collect and systematize all the sports event related documents. Marketing and communications after the event. Feel free to get creative with your post-event coverage. Prepare interviews with athletes and share these. Create an infographic. Invite a local newspaper or local radio station to cover your event. Summarizing the event. Press releases, articles on a website and posts on the event's fan page, analyzing the organization, results and impact of the event. Preparing marketing and media communications reports. Analyzing the ways all the participants of the event were informed about it. Considering the possibilities to continue the process of sport engagement of young people, including volunteers, in organizing similar events in the future. Distributing the event manual and other event promotional materials, if applicable. Analyzing website statistics and fan page, unique visitors, page views, sessions, number of fans, ranges, etc. Contacting decision makers, opinion leaders, media and sports organizations at different levels to develop ideas for future cooperation. Preparing summarizing presentations about an event to present them at conferences, meetings and other sport events, cultural, scientific or political encounters, etc. Feedback must be collected, it's vital for developing and planning future events. The basic questions to ask. What did you think was right about the event? Did you enjoy the event? What do you think could be improved? What would you like to see in future events? Tailor your questions to your attendees and athletes. Sample questions to ask your attendees. What did you think of the venue? How was the view from your seat? Sample questions to ask your athletes. What did you think of the changing facilities? Did you have what you needed to perform your best? We hope that the information presented was interesting, and you got new information which you will be able to use when organizing sport events and actions. Good luck and have a great sport event.